Hi, Toast here. Before we get started, I'd like to shout out our top tier patrons. A big thank you to Nikki, Sean, Ian, Mace, Alan, Penny, Claire, Kit, the Jexberry Guy, and Katie. If you'd like a shout out and access to our bonus material, you can find us on patreon.com/dandiesindanger. For a one-time shout out, you can also support us on coffee.com/dandiesindanger. That's ko-fi.com/dandiesindanger. As always, the best way to help us grow is to tell your friends, subscribe, leave a review, or leave a positive rating wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you all so much for listening, and now, on with the show. Previously on Dandies in Danger.
The 8 statues, each one brandishing a small orb of light in their outstretched palm. These glow red. You don't question for 1 second whether the bath is now filled with blood. You've been looking for me, haven't you? Liam sticks his hand out. Stay there, don't come any closer. Busch reaches out, grabs Liam by his arm, and he says, Audite et obedi. Why don't you lie down? When the spell succeeds, it lasts for 15 minutes.
Jesus.
Daniel rushes him.
You see a ripple of light. Thought you were the only one with shield. Lord Busch pulls out a dagger, and in his other hand you see he has a small piece of sulfur. He strikes them against each other, and his blade is now alight. And he is able to hit Daniel.
So that got rid of my shield and ate a bit into me.
Adrian, and Zachary. You hear a voice call out, and it is Mr. Keene. Mrs. Quinn, just now, she was trying to get her husband to wake up. And can't you hear Miss Colby down in the hall in the other wing?
Liam and Daniel might be in danger.
But what about the people on this floor who are in danger? What if you go down, I and Mr. Keene go to look after Miss Colby? She's right here on this floor.
You hear Father Underwood. Colonel, we have to go back to our room. Colonel Gurney has a gun in his hands, but as you come around towards the east wing, you can hear Mr. Flynn speaking, I need the necklace back, Virginia. Okay, Zach, what would you like to do in order to get yourself into the hot spring?
He does cut his hand and places it on the clock.
Your whole mind and your spirit are overwhelmed by the presence of 11 other souls all at once. You finally come back to it on the floor at the foot of the statue.
I have a scrying mirror.
We're back in the bathhouse. Daniel, you are successful in knocking him down to the ground.
Awesome. He tackled him down and then is sitting on him, pinning him down and trying to grab his hand to pin him and keep him from using that blade.
He says through clenched teeth, Fulgur. His opposite hand, he jabs it up into Daniel's ribs, and you can feel something beginning to charge there. We are going to jump back up to the first floor, because as soon as Edwin doubles over, Colonel Gurney pistol whips him across the head.
Adrian is gonna go to Edwin and make sure he hasn't just been killed.
Edwin pushes you off of him to rush towards the colonel. You hear a gunshot. It was actually Beatrix who took the shot. As Edwin starts clutching his foot, she sticks out her hand and she says, all right, I reckon we're even now. Can I have that key back?
Hi, my name is Elijah, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hello, I'm Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I voice Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast, pronouns she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards.
Time stretches out for Daniel like hot treacle. Busch writhes below him, one hand straining to free his dagger, the other poised to electrocute Daniel with the lightning ball spell. The smell of blood churns behind your eyes and your pulse rushes in your ears. How do you react?
I think realistically, Daniel would be panicking because he realizes exactly what spell that is. And so realistically, I think the way he would react is he would leave one hand on the dagger hand, and then he would use another hand to try to grip Busch's hand and remove it from his chest and like point it behind him or something like that.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
I got a nat 1.
Goodbye, my son.
It was nice knowing you.
This was on Daniel's last episode of Dandies in Danger.
Busch rolled an 18, so not only did you roll a nat 1, but he had incredible success. And so what happens here is that Busch is a lot stronger than you would have thought for someone with Lord in the title. He has a kind of wiry musculature, and whenever you move your one hand to try to stop him from casting this lightning ball at you, he actually manages to wrench both hands free, so now his dagger hand is free, and he still has this lightning ball spell pointed at your chest. Next in the turn order is Dorothea. She's panicking because she sees this in the split second that it happens, and she once again brings her cane down to make an attack, desperately trying to smash at his hand which is holding the dagger. She gets a 17, plus her modifier, that's a 19, in order to hit Busch.
Wife, save me.
And Dorothea is successful in dealing a great deal of damage. So she deals 7 damage, and still Busch does not look injured as she smacks down at his hand, but she does strike hard enough that he manages to drop his dagger.
Aha.
But now it is Busch's turn. As the power of this lightning, you can feel the heat of it and the sensation of tingling right at your ribs as he points this at you. And he releases the lightning, but it doesn't hit you. Because as you turn your eye towards your periphery, you saw Leah move, and you hear a small tinkling sound as one of the rings on his finger has shattered, and he used his deflect spell reaction to save you from getting blasted.
Let's go.
Busch snarls whenever the spell is deflected away, and that's where we're going to leave them for the moment. Zach. The bright eyes of the boar have faded, leaving only a darkened mirror and the sound of your friends fighting for their lives behind the 2 locked doors leading to the hot spring. The tooth-grinding pressure in your head hisses like a bottle of champagne that's about to burst. But then you realize the hissing sound exists outside your head as well. It's coming from the mirror, and something coils within the opaque surface.
His eyes widen as he pays attention.
I'm hurt, Zachary. Have you already found my replacement? I'm not selfish, but you could have asked me first.
It had occurred to me. I was a bit caught up in the moment. He is surprised, but not by too much, because he was about to call him next.
I sense you may be in need of assistance.
Very much so.
I see. Well, my dear Zachary, you know that everything comes with a price.
Name it.
It'll be far more than a few figs.
Name it.
I shall later. You are already in my debt as it is.
He bites his lip, but he nods. Fine, whatever. I'll pay it.
Very well. I will be generous with my wayward ward. Do not disappoint me.
I won't. Thank you.
Carrion's voice and presence fades from the mirror. You feel a sense of relief. It's as if a cloud has passed over your eyes, and the blinding light from the soul tethers dims a little bit, almost as if a filter has been placed in front of your eyes, and once your eyes adjust, the cool relief cascades into your brain. The pressure of more than a dozen tightly wound souls eases its incessant heat, and you can see more detail on the clock itself. Above the face of the clock, there's a crest. Engraved into brass, there's 4 quadrants, one with a lion rampant, one with an Irish harp, and 2 containing a combination of fleur-de-lis and lion's passant. The body of the clock is made of shining white mother of pearl. The light from the soul tethers ripples along the iridescence, illuminating words engraved around the face of the clock, too small to make out from where you stand. At the feet of this ornate timepiece are crafted small 4 lions, seated and stately. Carved on the sides, a pelican dribbles blood from its beak, its eye serving as a minute keyhole where the clock can be opened and wound.
Keyhole. Okay, I think he's going to climb the clock again to see if he can make out the words.
Around the face of the clock, you see the words Officium mensuratur horis vitae, in aeternum servi domino tuo. And then below the face, there's another inscription in English. May your daughters embody your loyalty, and your sons your sacrifice. If you would like to do a roll to understand the Latin, because you did have your schooling, you may give me a wisdom roll for that.
Okay. 6 in total.
Okay. I'm going to read it out to you again, and I will answer one question for you. So,
I've also got a +1 luck. Can I use it here?
you could absolutely use your luck.
Let's just try one more time.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is very important, so we're just going to try one more time. 11.
Okay. Then I'm going to read it out again, and you can ask me, with a moderate success, you can ask me to translate 2 of the words.
Okay.
So you'll have to figure out most of it yourself. But here we go. The first part, Officium mensuratur horis vitae, in aeternum servi domino tuo.
Okay. I feel the second part is in eternal service. The 2 big questions I have are, what is Horus? And mensuratur?
Okay. That is, it is measured in hours.
Okay, life is measured in hours.
I'll tell you what else. Zachary, now that you're closer and you're not being blinded by the sheer energy rolling off of this, you can see that the soul tethers themselves are wrapped very tightly around the hands of the clock, as if every time it clicks over, it winds them more and more tightly into the clock.
So I can't access the clock face. It's behind the door.
Correct.
Okay. He climbs down and realizes he needs to go grab a key.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back to Adrian. In the hallway, sudden thunder rumbles down the corridor, an echo to the sharp crack of Beatrix's gun. Colonel Gurney jerks away and begins to tremble. Adrian, you feel hot blood ooze under the sole of your shoes. Edwin Flynn moans pathetically on the floor. Now, as you're standing there, you can hear Leonard squawking at Beatrix. Why do you need the key anyway? It clearly didn't open the glass case. But already the colonel is shakily handing the key over to Beatrix, following orders with a sort of glassy distraction. Beatrix pipes in. That key's an antique. Very, very antique. And fancy. Whatever it opens has to be valuable, and I'm not walking out of this steaming heap of shit without something to show for it. You can see that as Colonel Gurney hands her this key, the teeth of the key are made of brass, while the handle is pure mother of pearl.
Adrian's got his fucking hands on his head like, oh my god, why did I think I could come handle this? I'm almost dead. This is absurd. So Adrian has to deal with this man whose foot is bleeding, even though he doesn't like him. So he's gonna be like, Colonel, you have a sit down. That was all too exciting, I think. Mrs. Chumley, do whatever you want. Shit, wait. Leonard and Colonel, actually, I need you to go upstairs to go check on the Quinns. Mr. Keene, are you still here?
Yes, Mr. Edwards. He looks visibly shaken.
Actually, instead of the Colonel, maybe Leonard and Mr. Keene go check on the Quinns. Colonel sits down. Beatrix, Miss Chumley, forgive me. Do whatever you want. And then he's gonna get up and knock on Virginia's door, Miss Colby's door, and be like, excuse me, Miss Colby, I know I told you not to open the door, but your man's foot is bleeding out. Could I borrow some fabrics?
There's a silence behind the door, and you see Mr. Keene does move away into the darkness, but Leonard doesn't move away from the Colonel. He's helping to sort of hold him up and support him.
Wait, is Mr. Keene leaving?
Yes.
Be safe! Wake them up, don't let them go downstairs.
He waves a hand in acknowledgement and bustles off.
Be safe.
There's a silence behind the door for a moment. You hear Virginia bite out, "He's not my man."
Sorry.
But she opens the door just a little bit. Let's see, what is the light source we're working with here?
Nothing, I think.
Absolutely nothing.
It's totally dark, actually, I think.
Then the only light source you have is that there's a faint light coming from within Virginia's room. In her sort of shadowed state, you can see that her eyes are quite wet as she opens this up. She looks you up and down, and you might be imagining it, but it almost looks like she's relieved to see that you are alive, but she can tell that you're looking fairly well injured as well. And she kind of looks past your shoulder to see if Edwin is standing there, but she can't see him. And so she says, is he dead?
No, it was his foot, I said. His foot's been shot. No one's been murdered in this hallway.
We've gone 0 days without incident.
She closes her eyes and pushes the door the rest of the way open, and it actually hits Edwin Flynn where he is on the floor.
Lol.
And she kind of startles a little bit at that, and she waves you in really quickly.
Oh, I'm coming in? I don't know if that's appropriate.
You need something. You need a cloth,
pass
right?
it to me if you want. I don't have to come in.
And
unless you want my company. Unlikely, right?
She scowls at you and slams the door then.
Oh, shit.
And then you hear some ruffling around inside the room, and she comes back out, and she's got just her bed sheets that she's pulled off of her bed.
Oh,
and
thank you.
she passes that through, and she says, "Thank goodness you're not dead."
If this were a different time, I'd have something wittier to say about that, but thanks. I appreciate it. If you have a mirror in there, you should either break it or put it on the floor, I think. I don't know how much I should explain to you, but don't go to sleep.
Oh, right, because I was definitely just about to nod off.
I don't know.
Sorry, I think I'm going to be sick.
Here, he passes the sheets back to her to barf onto. You can swaddle it up. Are you pregnant?
No.
Oh, good.
She manages not to barf.
I'm so proud of her.
Anyway, I don't know. What do you want to know? There's some bad things happening in this house. I have to go bandage this man's foot. Don't go to bed.
Adrian, you look horrible. Shouldn't
I know.
you come in here after you're done with him?
No, there's things that must be done. I have to get back with my companions and solve the great horrors that are happening at this house.
It's this when Zachary can come screaming through the shadows.
Yeah.
So from one of the shadows, Zachary pops out and he goes, "Adrian!"
Oh my god. Good god.
There you are.
Zachary?
Adrian, hello. We need a key.
What? Oh, okay.
We need a key.
Oh, all right.
It's like a clock key. It should be little. It has to open a glass case in the clock.
All right. Hey, wait a minute.
Beatrix is like very slowly pocketing this key.
Miss Chumley, can we borrow it, please?
She has it.
She has a key.
Give it to me.
She shot someone over it.
I shot him because he was a
Yes,
piece
he's a
of
prick.
shit.
Yes, a
He's
piece
a
of shit. Very
piece
well
of
put.
shit, yeah.
Yes. Can we have it? You know, dire things are happening at this house. Steal whatever the hell you want anywhere else, all right?
She rolls her eyes and says, "You always seem to know exactly what I have, and that's what you need."
Miss Chumley, is that the key to the clock or not?
Is it just a clock? Ah. She scoffs and hands it over immediately. Just
Look,
a clock.
Go
He
to my
takes it.
room. Go to my room. You will find a goblet in there that's maybe golden or whatever. Take that. I don't care.
Are you finished with your business here? He
I
says, looking
need
at
to
Adrian.
bandage this man's foot.
Him?
I'm a doctor.
It's just a foot.
I'm like, but it's
Daniel
bleeding
is in
out.
trouble, and Liam
my
is
God.
not helping.
All right, just a moment. He takes the whole bed sheet and he just swaddles up, ties up Edwin's whole foot, and he ties a tight knot around the shoe. So he's just got this giant wad of bed sheets.
Perfect. Roll me a d20 with disadvantage and add your medicine stuff.
Great.
It's fine. It's something. Unless you roll a 1, in which case you'll do more harm than good.
Everyone's just like, oh.
Ow.
13.
Okay, cool. You do surprisingly well to help your nemesis, Edwin Flynn. He's just sort of moaning softly on the ground.
Shouldn't have gotten your soul stolen.
And Virginia is looking down at Edwin with a great deal of disdain.
Why did you come here with him anyway?
For a friend.
Oh, wait, not our mutual friend.
No, not
Okay.
for Tristan. It's because... And she sort of nervously touches the necklace that she's wearing. You people think that you can just have whatever way you like with us.
Poets?
No. Rich men
Oh.
can have your way with us and then abandon us. So I was taking precautions, and she touches the necklace that she's wearing. She kind of gives Adrian a look, and she says, but for what it's worth, you seem different than you used to.
I've been torn up by a dog.
Not that. It's... Why are you here doing this, helping?
Zachary, do we need to be somewhere?
Zachary turns and he's like, yes.
Okay, well...
But this was getting very interesting. But never mind that. Liam is in a great state of trouble, and so is Daniel.
Oh god, alright. He looks to Miss Colby real quick, and he's like, I didn't mean to abandon anyone, but I have to go right now.
He grabs him by the front and sinks him into the shadows.
Alright.
Okay, fantastic. Liam had used his reaction to deflect Busch's lightning ball, and now he rallies, and he points his finger again from where he lays. Parallel as he is to Lord Busch, you can see a very similar light appear at Liam's finger as he utters the words, Fulgur, at Lord Busch, and begins to cast his own lightning ball. And seeing this in his periphery, Lord Busch, wearing the face of Nathaniel still, cries out, Bertie, get him off of me! And with a nat 20, Daniel, you take 9 damage and you are yanked off of Lord Busch.
Birdie?
Bertie?
Bertie.
As teeth sink into your leg and pull you
God damn it.
towards the water.
I wanted to mention that I wanted Daniel to take a fright when the lightning ball was aimed right at his chest. So Daniel is up to 5 fright.
Okay. Daniel, in a flash, you get pulled back about 15 feet, so you are right at the top of the stairs that descend into the pool.
Oh.
Oh no!
And it is your turn.
Well, he's gonna wheel behind him with one swift motion with his hand axe and try to chop at something slightly beyond his foot.
Okay, it's still invisible, so we're gonna stick with the original rules. You can roll with disadvantage.
Well, I don't need to roll again.
Did you get another nat 1?
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. Call odds or evens.
Oh no. Odds.
Oh, it's evens. Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4 and then add your attack.
Oh, I'm doing damage? On my foot. On my foot. I get it. Alright, roll low, please. A 1. Okay.
Okay.
Plus 4 is my attack. So that's
Okay.
5.
So you swing down trying to aim for this thing, but at the last second, it jerks your leg to the side as a dog with a rat. And whenever it jerks your leg to the side, that brings your own leg within the range of your axe. And so you're going to take 5 damage as you land a glancing blow against your leg. It does not sever any arteries, but how are you looking, Daniel?
I've got 11 hit points.
Okay. And this time it's Dorothea, and so what she's going to do is, rather than try to smack again with her cane, she's going to make a contesting roll with Lord Busch to try to kick the dagger out of his reach so that he cannot reach it again.
That's a good idea.
It would be, except she gets a 4. So that's a failure. She tries to go in.
Did he roll? Because you said it was contesting.
It was contesting. Oh, he got a 16 though.
Okay.
So he manages to grab up his dagger once again, and it is now his turn. He stands and raises one hand imperiously into the air, and down towards it floats one of the soul tethers, and he grabs this root of power. And then from there, he extends out his will with this amplified power. Daniel can't see this, and Liam can't see this, but Dorothea sees it, as one of the orbs within the palms of the statues glows brighter in a hot flash, and darts out to strike her squarely in the chest with a 17 to
Don't
hit.
kill my wife.
Dorothea takes 9 damage.
No!
And whenever it hurts her, she just lets out a very faint and falls backwards whenever it strikes her. And so she goes tumbling over.
Daniel screams.
But she's not unconscious. She just rolls back onto the ground. Lord Busch pushes his hair back and brushes himself off a little bit. And now it is Liam's turn. Okay. Cool as a cucumber, whenever Liam shoots his lightning ball from where he lies on the ground, Busch just takes a step to the left, and it goes veering past him and smashes into the tiles on the side of the wall. He just sort of shakes his head at Liam, and then looks back towards Daniel. And that is when we can jump back to Zachary and Adrian. Zachary, where do you pop out of the shadows?
Just before the room with the clock, like where it forces me to pop out.
Mm-hmm.
And then still having Adrian pretty much by the front, if not the cravat or the open shirt.
Oy.
He's dragging him along, and he is hurriedly explaining to him about the message on the clock.
Okay, yes?
And the symbols, and he doesn't quite know what it means, but it must mean something, but I think we have to open it, and I think it means something in the hours, and maybe if we wind it back, that might do something?
Yeah, oh, okay, alright, I'm with you.
But I also, I don't know, I reached out and I touched one of the strands. Here, it's right here, now just go up that way.
Huh?
And he starts, like, leading him to it and, like, trying to push him up it, like, go, look.
I'm climbing? I'm climbing.
You're climbing,
Okay.
you're climbing, you have to look at
alright.
the face because it has the words, you
Alright,
see.
excuse me, he says to the statue. Okay.
And you have to look at, and if you look into the window past there, you'll see our friends getting demolished!
Oh my god. Liam!
So don't get distracted by that, but please try and translate what you can.
I mean, Adrian would know Latin, so what's it say?
I'm gonna make you roll a d20.
Ah, shit. 5.
That's a failure.
Can you make anything out?
Menstruatum. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, damn it. He takes the key and he jams it into the clock.
Oh, are you up here with me?
Is it up there or is it at the base?
Oh, it's high.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
up there.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he is climbing up there with him then.
Yeah.
So he's up there and he jams it into the keyhole and he turns it and he's like, hey, step to the side, just try and climb on that man's head and then I can open the door.
Oh, alright. He shimmies over.
And keep an eye on them. What's it look like? Tell me.
Bad. Oh my god.
How's Liam? Is he alive?
He's on the floor.
Daniel?
Dorothea's on the floor. Daniel's on the floor.
They're all on the floor. Are they moving?
Daniel's
is-
moving quickly.
Is moving quite fast towards the pool.
Oh god, why is he going there?
I don't think it's under his own power.
Oh god. He...
Open the thing.
Is it opening?
Yes, you can stick the key in, and do you swing it open?
Yes.
Okay. The second you swing it open, Adrian, you can see this now. Everyone can see this now. These splintering lights that are emanating from the clock like lightning, and they shoot out in all directions. And Adrian, go ahead and give me a d20 roll, because there's a sudden brightness that is now illuminating.
I just close my eyes.
No, it's okay. There's a brightness now that there hasn't been before this moment.
14.
Okay. In the sudden brightness of this light, once your eyes adjust to this, you can see Zachary's eyes. The irises have their usual hazel color, almost a sort of golden hue to it, but the sclera has been turned completely black.
What the fuck? Okay.
You look like an eagle.
Scraw.
But that's just one of the many things that's happening at this particular moment as these strands and threads all splinter out from around you. What are you going to do? Are you going to try to touch anything?
Me?
Yeah, either of you.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm holding on, waiting to see what Zachary does.
Okay.
Zachary tries to wind back the clock our hand first. Yeah, our hand first.
All right. You begin to...
Actually, stop.
Okay.
Everybody was suggesting that at me, but actually, I don't want to do that. What I actually wanted him to do is to get up and reach out to one of the strands.
Okay.
Everybody was yelling at me to do the hour thing, and I'm like, I don't want to do the hour thing. All right.
I didn't.
Well, it's just before you said you didn't want to use them.
Oh, he didn't want to do it all at once.
Okay. You reach out and you touch one of the strands, and immediately your psyche now shares a connection with the most recent victim, Edwin Flynn. as you enter into his mind, it's a very intimate connection with this man. And by intimate, I mean you can feel all of the insecurities in his heart whenever you touch this, but it also feels incredibly powerful and precarious. Are you just holding it?
Yeah, right now he's just gripping it like it's a wire.
Okay, so you're just holding on to it, and so it gives you this shared connection. Adrian, roll a d20 with advantage.
16.
16 is great. You see whenever Zachary grabs this, his eyes kind of roll back a little bit again, but it's not as overwhelming as the first time whenever he touched so many of them at once. But you do see that Zachary starts to kind of teeter backwards a little bit on the statue, and you're able to reach out and grab him by the back of his jacket to keep him from falling backwards off of the statue as he holds on to this. Zachary, the longer you hold on to Edwin, you feel something beyond him. This is that very eerie sensation that feels almost familiar to you, as it feels like not a thread as much as it is a fissure. As if you were able to take a crack in a little porcelain cup and hold on to it, even though that's not possible. It's just a crack within the cup. But you're holding on to this, and you feel immensely powerful. This was what the boar demon was talking about. You feel like you could do anything.
Shit.
Zachary, are you alright?
Can he hear Adrian?
Mm-hmm.
Can he talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think... And that's kind of all he says, because he starts to reach inside the fissure.
Roll me a d20 and add your arcane.
22.
That's amazing. Everything is sort of falling into place for you about all of the research that Howard Busch has been doing. He wanted something powerful enough that he could tap into that would be able to defeat a demon. Something that resonates also with the accident that happened up in the attic. The way that the energy spiraled across Francis Blythe's face. Because as you reach deeper in, it pulls you as if you were sort of spiraling almost a little bit out of your own body, but you rolled so well that you have a grip on it. This is not a thing as much as it might be a place that you are reaching closer and closer towards.
So he's like reaching towards a huge vat of power.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian,
Yes?
start winding the clock back.
Okay.
He's kind of experimenting.
Okay. So Adrian starts winding the clock backwards.
Very gingerly.
And as you do so, it actually doesn't take very long before suddenly, Zach, you are yeeted out of that special place, and you feel that tether dissolve in your hands.
It worked.
What?
You hear distantly, "Yow!" from up on the next floor.
And he's alive! I've done it! You've done it!
Oh, alright, amazing. Should I keep winding? Unwinding?
Both of you roll me a d20.
I got a 13.
19.
Adrian sees it first, and Zachary is able to follow his gaze. Down in the hot springs, Nathaniel is looking up at both of you, and his eyes are ablaze.
Wind it back faster. Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth. So if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateris as Zachary Wilkos. Cast as Liam Bardsley. Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard. And Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.